Now we're back at ESA Marathon 2 this time around, and this time I'm playing Gunple Gunman's Proof, and hopefully this time I will not break the game and have to restart it mid-run. And if I do, then the estimate still accounts for it a little bit. So it should also be fine. I'm just going to head right into creating a name. I'm going to make it an ESA with a smiley face, because why not? No, don't do that one. Let's make it ESA. There we go. For some reason there was a down input there. Let's see, where's the smiley face? Where's the smiley face? Is it here? Here it is. Let's do a big smiley face here. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to get started. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And there's a reason why I'm just getting started like that, because right now we have 4 minutes and 45 seconds in which we can't do anything anyway, so I can just take my time to introduce myself, to introduce the run and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, if you've seen yesterday, I'm Grumpmeister. I play a lot of weird, obscure or bad or games like that. Yesterday with McDonald's Treasure Adventure, now with Gunple, which is an incredibly underrated and unknown game for the Super Famicom. It was only released in Japan to begin with, and it was released on the exact same day as Final Fantasy VII. So it was quite late in the life cycle of Super Famicom. It was one of the last games to be released, and because of that, it was never released in the West, which is a shame because this is an amazing game, honestly, such a good game. Other than that. Well, you know what? I'm seeing something pop up, so I can just continue afterwards. So let's do the text-to-speech thingy.
Anonymous donated $60.
Thank you, Anonymous. Much appreciated. Gunple. At the moment, you see our lead character that is going by the name ESA Smiley Face right now. Yeah, the world or the island has been infested by Demiseed, and our main character, ESA Smiley Face, wanted to go out of town. Well, mother was like, "Yeah, don't do that. There's Demiseed there. It's dangerous." But he went anyway, and ran right into this UFO crash. Because yeah, I mean, in the Old West, you have a UFO. Where these two space sheriffs pop out is are Zero and Garo. They're chasing Demi, and Demi is the main villain here, the one that's infesting this island and causing all kinds of trouble with evil enemies and all that kind of jazz. So the gist of it is like you're a bit of a doofus, all clumsy and all that kind of stuff, and Zero will possess you. And with the help of Zero, basically, you're going to clean out this island. So this game itself, like I always compare it a bit with Zelda: Link to the Past and Earthbound. Like styles, a bit of Earthbound-y, the gameplay is a bit like Zelda is. It has a bit of a hint of Zombies Ate My Neighbors, like when it comes to shooting and that kind of stuff. But yeah, they gave birth to a little kid. The kid looks like Shin-chan, and yeah, they gave it a gun. It's not the best thing you can do, but you know what? We'll manage. It's just a really unique game, really a lot of fun to play. There's an English translation patch for this. I wholeheartedly recommend you play this with a translation patch. Like, play this casually. The humor is like quirky, like you would have in Earthbound. Like, it's absolutely a great game, just not well known. So yeah, that's how I ended up playing it. I just remembered it from the early days when I actually played some Link to the Past randomizer. Like I actually did that before I actually started speedrunning proper. And I remember that some people picked it up at that point. It has since then fallen a bit, but recently, like in the past year, it got a bit of resurgence, and the game got completely torn apart. So hopefully I'll be able to show that off proper today, and again, like not soft lock by warping into a tree. Which may have happened twice during my DRS. That should all be fine. It should all be fine. It will just be fun to show off how broken this game actually is nowadays. So, yeah, townsfolk are coming to check up on you because they heard the crash, see the crater. And at the moment we are possessed by Zero. So we get free reign of the village. Normally you would have to talk to your parents, the sheriff's daughter and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to do any of that. Instead, we're going to start off with a glitch here. And let's see if I get it. I think that was too early. Let's try. Yeah, it was too early. What I'm trying to do is bring up the map. I'm one frame early every time. Like I have to bring up the map the moment that you enter the saloon. In this case, there we go. That looks better. That puts me in a state in which I can't move diagonally. So to further trigger this glitch, I'm moving out of the town and then back in. And now we're going to break stuff. Let's see, let's put myself here. There we go, that's good. Right, and left. Bring up the map. And then, yay, we did not get soft locked. Excellent. So, we just warped our way into an area, bit of an area like you saw a person in town still blocking the way. We're not allowed to be here, but we can now also shoot, which is cool. And now we're going to do a second warp thingy here. Yep. There we go. Okay, we're good. So, what I've done now, basically, by doing the initial... I got knocked back into that. Okay, that's fine. I'll need to take that at the end anyway, so... Because I can't go back into town any other way. So what we've done, like normally we would warp around here, like use a drowning glitch to get there. And that would skip the first dungeon. But by doing these horizontal warps, we can skip 2 dungeons. Which is excellent. So we're now in the 3rd dungeon already. As you can imagine, like, normally that's not supposed to be a thing. An important thing right here, and I'm doing this particularly now for marathon safety, I'm going to farm a few bombs. Okay, excellent. That was really good, actually. You can only carry up to 3 bombs. And we just got them, like, in 2 sessions. That's the best you can get. Like, I haven't been this lucky during my DRS runs. So, these bombs will be used in a little bit. Oh, I'm not sure why this doesn't work, but here we are. They will be used for the boss in this area, just to hopefully get a quick kill. And yeah, it's just good to have them. Like you can also just deal with it with 2 bombs, but that means you have to take out one of the heads manually with your pea shooter. And in the old state, you would have an Uzi. Like the moment that you kill a boss or clear a dungeon, it unlocks a few weapon drops that you can unlock in the shop. But because we are now able to skip, well, the first 2 dungeons, we don't do that. So there will be no Uzi drops or anything. Like if you see a little cloud spawn and then explode immediately, that is supposed to be a weapon drop. We're not getting any of those. Like they just can't spawn anymore. So now, as with a proper Zelda game, like you hear a little noise because I'm low on health. That's all good. So yeah, you have money. Yeah, you could just see like I got 1 coin. Okay, that's good. Let's get that. Okay, it's a marathon. I'm not going to take any risks. I'm just getting the health as needed. Yeah, what else? Like, personally, when it comes to Dungeon 3, these mines, like, I really love this music. This music is really good. But in general, like, Gunple has excellent music. So, we're closing in on the boss. And if you played Link to the Past, it may look somewhat familiar, but a bit early on compared to what you're normally used to. We have to clear one more room here. If you don't have all the bombs that you need, you can also still farm them here, but it's it takes time. And you may not be lucky. Okay, I got lucky in this case. A bomb would have dropped. Yeah, in our case we don't need it because I got really lucky at the start. But it's good. Right, so we have Galahad E3. Which is going to be our first boss. Technically the third. So Demi is now saying like, oh yeah, hey, you beaten 2 of my henchmen already. We didn't do that. So 1 bomb and 2 bomb. I did not get that. Too late on that one. I messed up my positioning quite a bit there. Oh hey, the ice head did die. Excellent. So I just have to take care of this fire head. Normally it's the ice head giving me trouble, but during my T-shirts for some reason the fire head has not been working with me. So it barely took any damage at this point. Means I just have to do it the old-fashioned way with the pea shooter. There we go. It's dead. Currently I did die once outside. I didn't die other than that, so let's get hit a few times. We want to be as low health as possible at the end of a dungeon and with the least amount of lives as possible, because there is no way for us to get back into town the old-fashioned way. There we go, let's take one more hit. And it's simply because normally to get to the second dungeon you need a punch power-up. We did not get that punch power-up because we glitched all the way here. So the boulder that is there will be blocking our way. So it's just best to take a death and yeah, respawn in town basically. Because yeah, normally with Zelda games like you have your 1 life, you have your backup fairies, that kind of stuff. But in this game you actually have a bit more of arcadey style of gameplay, like you get 1-ups like that. So normally you have like 3 lives. In this case we have now 2 lives, so let's go on, hit me. Yes, excellent. So that's 1 death. Then we need to take 1 more to game over and get back into town. There we go. Bloop. So poor Gunple, we're game overed. But he's happy because we are back in town. We're back at our house, and we will now stop by at the sheriff to tell him, yeah, hey, we killed the 3rd boss. And he's happy about that. He will also tell us, like, hey, where you can go next. Our next destination would normally be the ghost town. We'll still go there, but we may do some ghost things ourselves. So, first things first, to get to the ghost town we need to get across. Because we need to scare off a ghost that is in our way. That's just casually playing a banjo, like we're just going to scare him off with a cross, but yeah. I mean, just Gunple things. So, we got the cross. We're heading out of town. Right now this sheriff, or this rugged old man, is no longer blocking our way. Because, I mean, it didn't help much anyway. So, we're just going to head over here. Not killing any enemies because it's pointless. Just going to hold button. There we go. And he was just playing his banjo. It's so sad. But yeah, it allows us to pass. So we're now heading through these little ghosts. And we're going to be doing another glitch in a moment. Which is pulsing the moment that we take damage. Which also glitches out the map. And that allows it to scroll ourselves horizontally. Vertically, sorry. So we're heading into the ghost town. We're going to hopefully not take too many hits or too many attempts. It can be really finicky. It's again like the moment you get hit, you need to pause the game. So it's pretty precise still. And this tends to give me a bit of trouble. So let's see how this will go. Too early. Okay, got it. So right now I'm glitched. I'm moving all the way down here. I'm opening the map. That puts me further down. I just have to hold left and we basically just skipped the entire 4th dungeon and we're heading right to the 5th. But for the 5th dungeon we need money. And I'm actually not sure what currency they use here. Like, here you get 1000 B. It can be Benny, Bollars, I don't know, Euros. It's up to you. Like, pounds. So, from here, we're heading into the mine. Basically, the reason why we need money is that the mine is being guarded by someone that wants our money to allow us to pass through. For some reason. I mean, it's an abandoned mine, but you still have to pay. But we'll deal with it. It's all good. So, on the right there, get those 2 statues, you can actually get a full heart, basically, like if you play other games. Like, you get a heart upgrade there if you want. Like, it can be a nice backup when you start out. Because right now we only have like 5 hearts, or 5 orbs. Right, so into the second section of the mine. And here we are being greeted by our greedy old man with his sunglasses. We're ignoring him for now because we need to get a bit more money. Because it's going to get expensive real quickly. You do need that money. Like normally when you play through the game, whenever you beat a boss, you can get the bounty at the sheriff's. You don't really run into too much trouble, but since we skip a lot, we do. So we have 2.3k now. That is enough. That's all we need. Take it. Yeah, take a hit there. That's okay. That's 1 death. So again, like you want to be sure that you don't game over here, especially here because that means I have to do the entire glitch and everything again. It is what my estimate keeps a bit in mind as well with when it comes to safety. But hopefully not. So first we have to pay 300 dollars. And then he disappears. But only to reappear here. And then we have to pay 600 euros. So yeah, we just spent 900 to get through 2 rooms basically. But this was worth it, because right now I'm going to take a small detour. Kill the enemies in this room. And from... There we go. Like, when they hit you, they will taunt you a bit. And we'll get spanked to that at the end of this dungeon. And here we got the Magnum. The Magnum is by far the strongest weapon in the game. Like, you can get all those random weapon pickups like a Uzi, a shotgun, a flamethrower, a drill, a bazooka. The Magnum is better. So, we got the strongest weapon in the game now. A bit like a Master Sword kind of dealie. Tempered butter sword and whatnot. As you can see, like 2 shots, enemy dead. Excellent. And then we have our shady little friend here again. And he's asking for 1200 penny right now. And that was the last time we have to pay him. But as you can see, like, we have enough at least to get through it. Then we're going into the boss fight. And he's first going to thank us for paying him so much money. Which I guess is nice of him. But yeah, we're basically the reason why he can afford what he's about to order right now. This is Sushi King. Sushi King is the boss of the 4th dungeon that we completely skipped. So he's trying to get revenge for, I guess, us not fighting him. And he ordered this mech. This is the God Sushi King, or the Mech Sushi King. So it's relatively simple. I am not going to take risks here. Like, I'm taking it easy. Like, if it makes the fight afterwards a bit more convoluted, then so be it. doesn't matter. So this was the first phase, the 2 hammers. Right now he's going to respawn and he'll get 2 guns, which generally is not great. Let's put it sideways like that. A fun thing that was found out with this boss fight is that he actually has 2 sides. His 2 sides basically have a separate hitbox and separate health. So I'm trying to just keep my damage on the right side of him. And if I take it out, that's okay. Like, it's why I have safety. There we go. That takes care of our friend here. Like, if you mostly focus on the right side and suddenly start focusing on the left side, the fight just takes so much longer because you're basically draining 2 separate health bars. You just need to kill one side and it's done. You can also just kill the guns, but yeah, it's a bit pointless in that sense. So, that was the 5th boss, and my main concerns about the game have been put to rest, because I don't have to do any more weird glitchy stuff to get back to where I was. So, Dungeon 5 clear. I mean, we've done 2 of them, but yeah. And that's... this basically puts a rest to like all the easy to get to dungeons. Like the sheriff will also be like, hey, yeah, good job clearing this, clearing that dungeon, defeating that boss. But yeah, there's 2 more dungeons that have bosses in them, and we have no idea how to get there. So yeah, best of luck to you. And we'll be showing you how to get there. So I have to take 1 more extra death here, because I took it safe. Normally during a PB attempt I wouldn't take it as safe as I did now, but I mean, it's a marathon. And I had my mishaps yesterday already, so let's at least make sure that we finish this one. There we go. We got spanked to death by that ant enemy. Like, most enemies, oh well, pretty much every enemy in this game is based on an animal, like mostly on bugs. Like, you have the spider enemies, you have the ants, that kind of stuff. We don't see most of them because, I mean, we skip a lot of the game. Which is a shame, because the dungeons just generally are really nice. Right, so back to the sheriff. And he's like, oh, excellent. There's 2 more towers. We have no idea how to get there. One of them is basically... It has an electric fence, where the community did try to break through it. Did not work as we hoped. So we do have to do this the old-fashioned way. So, first things first, we're heading back to this shady vendor. Like, he looks shady. You can't tell me that he doesn't. But he has some scuba gear right here. For $500. That's quite a bit, actually. It's expensive. Not sure if it's gold-plated or something. But it allows us to swim, and being allowed to swim is good, because we need to get a special skill, and to do so we need to swim. So I'm going to dive here and mash the A button to swim as quickly as possible, and I'll show you in a moment actually how tricky this bit is. Well, tricky in the casual playthrough. Right, so we're on the island here. It has a nice little house, which has one of the brothers like that dabble in martial arts. Like the first brother you normally get to before the second dungeon, and it would allow you to get the punch to remove boulders. This one doesn't. But to show you right quick, we're here on the map. This island is hidden by the map text, basically. So yeah, good luck finding that. So, we're now swimming back. There's basically 2 potential routes, but going back through the village is simply quicker because you can just keep walking. You don't have to detour too much. So, back into town here. We're heading right back up. And then head out of town, and we're going to find the other brother that, well, normally would teach us a normal punch, but this time he will teach us one special punch. And if you are into fighting games, you will recognize this one. And it actually requires a combo to be done as well. Like I have to do a small input combo to do this nice little shoryuken. But it's a convenient shoryuken, a strong one. Not only will it be a backup for a boss, like if I mess up a quick kill, it will also allow me to go up waterfalls. And the waterfall is basically what's blocking our way to the 6th dungeon. So, we now have our way to... we can now get to the dungeon. Some other things that I didn't touch on yet, that will come into play soon, is that when killing enemies, like they can drop coins, some of them can drop bombs, they can drop food, like our health pickups. And they can also drop a carrot. Oh, that's... Okay, there we go. It's a bit of finicky input. It's a down up B, but it's really tight timing. So we got a red scarf here, a red bandana. This doubles our damage, which is with strongest weapon, it's great. There's another damage upgrade that you could potentially get. We don't get it for the speedrun because it's too much out of our way. But you can basically get a red outfit, like you would get in the Zelda game. So, what I was going to say... Let's see, let's kill this one here. So, we got some extra bombs. Yeah, a carrot can drop, and the carrot will summon Roboton, which is basically one of the first space sheriffs that I could... When Demi arrived on this world, he was followed by Mono, which is a space sheriff. And Mono got trapped in the form of a horse or a donkey. And he actually kind of likes it. So if you get a carrot, it summons a Roboton. And it will give us a lot of movement speed. Downside to it, however, is that Roboton is scared of the dark and damp places. So he cannot enter any dungeons. So you have to wait for him to respawn. As you can see here, we're in the NFT dungeon. We kill NFTs. And you can just walk past these sickles here. And here we have a few catfish brawlers. Like, it's a pretty straightforward dungeon, honestly. There's a chance, like there's 2 enemies in this dungeon that can actually drop bombs. Well, in this case we don't need them, but in the case that you would need them, then there's a chance, but it's such a small chance, it's not worth going for. I know that with the test, I think they looked into whether it was possible to... Let's see, yeah, there we go, the bomb. To skip the initial bombs and then hope for a bomb here that you can use on the boss and then pick up the bombs on the way back. It is just really risky, honestly. So we're now heading closer and closer to the bosses of this dungeon. And I say bosses because there's 2 of them this time around. A plus side here is, like, normally you wouldn't be able to kill those 2 catfish because they can drop a weapon and you don't want an Uzi on this particular... Like, normally we would only unlock the Uzi. But the Uzi, like, it's a machine gun, obviously, but you can't move while shooting it, so... And this one you want to be mobile. So if you kill the enemies there, they will actually... They can drop the weapon in front of you, in front of the door. You don't want that. But now that we don't unlock any weapons, I mean, you can just kill them. Easy. So here we have Mary and Sally. They'll fight us one-on-one, because they're cool like that. At the moment, at least. So I'm just going to slightly edge to the side. Okay, she is... Killed her on time, at least. So now I have to do the same with Sally. I'll move her to the left first. And then... Oh, I got hit. I did not move enough. But yeah, the sprite work in this game is just excellent as well. There we go. There goes Sally. I'm going to stand there. And in the meantime, well, we're going to pick up our health and get our score, the Demicrest. Demicrest. There's a donation, so hit that text-to-speech thingy, Duncan.
Tomaine donated $20. The doggo needs a name.
The doggo needs a name, indeed. Doggos always need names. Thank you, Tomaine. Right, we got the Demon Crest, and that finishes up the 6th dungeon. And, I mean, well, this one time we won't take a death warp back, because we're still full on lives. It would take a while. It's also just pointless, honestly. So what we're going to do is cross our fingers and hope that we get a carrot drop. So let's... should not have moved there, but that's okay. Got meat. Oh, here we go. The carrot. Okay, let's see what he turns into. The cowboy. Okay, so Roboton has multiple intro poses, basically. Can be a cowboy, can drink matcha tea, or can be Sailor Moon. Let's hope we get Sailor Moon Roboton down the line, but too much on the high grass. It's okay. As you can see, like, it gives a lot of speed, but he'll despawn soon. There we go. It's really convenient, but the spawn time makes it so that it's not as big a time save as you think it is. So getting that carrot would be an absolute waste, because having Roboton spawn and then heading into town, yeah, it takes longer for him to spawn than it is than otherwise. So. Right, back to the sheriff's office to let them know that yeah, we beaten the 6th dungeon. And right now our father is standing there and being all proud of ESA Smiley Face. Because ESA Smiley Face is basically clearing up the entire island of all the evil. So we just told him, like, hey, we beaten the 6th boss here. And the sheriff tells us, like, okay, hey, we did a bit of damage ourselves, and the electric barrier blocking our way to the 7th dungeon is now removed. But the sheriff's daughter is onto us. Like, normally when you play this game, you do a lot more dialoguing and all that kind of stuff. Like, again, play this game with the translation patch. It is really, really good. It has such quirky humor. It's great. So she's onto us and is like, yeah, okay, you're not the real ESA. ESA is in the other room. Because, yeah, I mean, we're now so serious and not clumsy anymore, not a doofus, basically, and she notices. But before we can explain any of that, we got the Baron Elf come into town. He's the boss of the 7th dungeon. He will announce that he's going to kidnap the sheriff's daughter, and as he does, with spinning his way all the way there, it seems really inconvenient, and he'll end up being dizzy, but you know. So yeah, he's taking the sheriff's daughter to the tower, and we'll have to save her. So to do that, I am going to hope for a carrot drop once more, because we have quite a way to go. Well, no, that was a weapon. That was a weapon. There's 2 more options in which I can get it. Here we go. Excellent. What do we get? Not a cowboy. Alright. As I'm running, Dunkte, there seems to be a donation.
Robo Sparkle donated $60. Don't mind me, just adding some FF8 names. Good luck in the run, Grumpmeister.
Thank you, Robo Sparkle. And yeah, it's always a good thing to donate towards FF8. Also the Omega fight and everything. Like, FF8 is like my favorite Final Fantasy, honestly. Like, non-MMO Final Fantasy. I do like 14. But FF8 is a great game. The speedrun is great as well. Like, makes great use of the game mechanics. Right, so we're into the final actual dungeon, and it's totally not inspired by Ganon's Tower. Absolutely not. What are you talking about? So we're just damage boosting our way through. We will only shoot like twice in this entire dungeon up to until we reach the boss. It's not the most interesting one in that. But still, like, you got to see a few unique enemies that you won't really see anywhere else. So I guess there's that. Like the shield enemies, you have to hit it in the back. And that one just does a little wiggle. If you wait a bit longer, he'll actually do an attack. But I just like to think that he's just standing there to wiggle around a bit. But other than that, this is really straightforward, just running around. This is also the dungeon where you can get the damage power up, I believe, was the previous one. But you have to go into a complete different section of the dungeon. That was actually the one room I should have been shooting, but I was too busy explaining things. It's all good. I took damage. That's fine. So we're getting close now to the end of this dungeon and then getting to the boss fight, and hopefully I'll be able to get a quick kill on the boss. That is a quite finicky bomb throw to do so. But this boss has 4 phases, so the first 3 phases we'll do as normal, and the 4th phase, hopefully, we'll do a quick kill. So, right now, we're basically, the Baron also knows that, yeah, you're the space sheriff, and the sheriff's daughter is also, like, flabbergasted. But she's allowed to leave. That's nice of the Baron. Yeah, she doesn't really know what to say. And, yeah, ESA smiley face is going to point her back down. So she is going to leave back to town. It's dangerous though, very dangerous. So let's get this boss fight done. Like Zero or ESA is currently angry, and we're going to deal with Baron here. I'm going to set myself sideways. There we go. That was a good first phase. He'll start getting more and more aggressive when it comes to shooting, so I'm not going to do the diagonal. You know what? There we go. As you can see, like, he's aggressive now. I want to get like 3 or 4 hits in each cycle. There we go. Now I'm going to align myself here. There we go. That was too early. That was too early. Let's see if I can recover it. There we go. So with the Shuri, you can recover this phase. Like, I did do enough damage to him, but hitting him with normal shots is really a pain. But even hitting him with the Shoryuken is a bit difficult. And this part scared me when I was casually playing this. Like, I was on my last little orb of health. It's like, oh no, not more. But no, indeed not more. We're just going to watch a naked Baron fly by. Let's get this underpants. As they roll down, fall right on top of us, give us some health, and get the Demon Crest. And during the time, just hit the text-to-speech button.
Anonymous donated $6. This game seems cheery. Thanks for showing it off.
It is incredibly cheery. Like, it is such an unknown game, but again, play this with the translation patch. It is such quirky humor. It's just a lot of fun. Like, I can't say that. I can't stress it enough. It really is a good game. It's just, yeah, because it was so late in the life cycle of the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, it just never made it to the West. Right, so we saved the sheriff's daughter, and the sheriff is all grateful for it, but she knows our secret now. She knows that we are the space sheriff. So, yeah, there's some awkward conversation going on now. And we're not done yet, because Debbie is still at large. And he has a fortress on this island that you can't really reach. But we have to find our way. So yeah, bit of like the sheriff's daughter knowing what's going on here, but she does want to make sure that ESA Smiley Face is still alive in there. It's not just the Space Sheriff Zero. And she will wish us the best of luck in defeating Demi. And first make sure that the sheriff and your father are not watching anymore. So you get the good luck kiss, something that Link from Face of Evil never got. Another game that I run. Right, so first back to our shady salesperson here, which will give us an Ascension bomb, like it's a Chinese inspired bomb or piece of firework, and it will do a lot of damage. So we got the bomb, and that means that we can head out. Like if you try to head out of town without the bomb, he will actually come and stop you and still give you the bomb. So that's really nice of him. There we go. We will talk to Garrow, who found a way to get into the fortress by upgrading Roboton somehow. Roboton can now warp or fly to the fortress. So let's get ourselves a carrot. That is not a carrot. Let's not get it. That is not a carrot either. So this is a bit of RNG that you just are reliant on. You just need a carrot. That's not a carrot either. There was one more here, I think, or further up. And otherwise, I will move into another zone. No, it's not here. Okay. I'll just move to the next area and hopefully get a carrot there. Like this is just a big source of RNG. Like it can just kill your PB. Sadly, but here we got 2 more enemies that can drop a carrot. There's one up here. There we go. Finally, took a while. And we got the matcha tea drinking Roboton. There's still some hope that we can get the Sailor Moon, but it has to be the last Roboton. There we go. Into the final dungeon, which is basically a boss rush. Like we have to clear a few bosses that we haven't seen actually. Like this is the boss from the first dungeon, like a big totem pole. And we first have to clear out every little segment of it. So we start off by killing the yellow segment, just getting a few hits in, positioning ourselves here, get some damage in on the other segments. We should be good. Yeah, okay, excellent. Now the head will drop down, reveal that it's a person, and it's dead. All gone. That boss is a bit more painful in the actual dungeon, simply because you don't really have any upgrades at that point yet. So here we have the Psycho Ninja Cowboy thingy. Like he's a ninja with 2 shotguns shooting fire. And he's upset because during the second dungeon he kind of messed up his killing move on you basically, and yeah, wants to take revenge. I'm just going to finish it off. Yeah, okay. The bullets passed through him, that means that I've done enough damage. So he knows that you're the Space Sheriff Zero right now, so that's a nice thing at least. But he's seeing the universe now as his dojo, and he's going to go out there and become a Psycho Space Ninja. Good for him. Good for him. So that was the second dungeon boss basically that we just beaten, and now we're heading into the third one, slightly upgraded, but actually made it a lot easier. Because now we got Mega Galahad. So we are now powering him up. And it's basically the same thing. We're going to kill the heads. Stand a bit aside so that we don't get hit by the rocket. He'll do his bouncy thing, which isn't a big problem, obviously. I'll just move myself here-ish. I'm okay with this place, yeah. There we go. There's the second head. Such difficulty. And then we need to clear the third head by positioning ourselves here so that we can shoot through the wall. That's here. It's the head. There we go. That is Mega Galahad done. Or Mega Trinex. So that was a relatively easy one at that. Then we are heading right on to the next fight, which is Mary and Sally again. So we're basically skipping the 4th and 5th dungeon bosses because it's the Sushi King, the Ghost. They don't get a refight, and neither does the Baron. This is the last refight that we have to do before we're at the end of, at the final fight, basically. Just smash through it so that the fight can actually start. And this time they will fight us at the same time, which doesn't make it too much more difficult, as you can see. I'm still doing the same thing. Okay, that one tricked me. That was mean. Okay, that's one down. She moved a lot further than I thought it should. And there we go. And right now, Mary and Sally are completely, well, they were brainwashed. They're like, oh no, what are we wearing? What are we doing here? And they'll teleport themselves out. But yeah, we saved Mary and Sally as well, I guess. But that's a good thing. We're heading back out. And then on to Demi. And Demi is a multiple phase fight as well. It is possible to soft lock on Demi, so I'm going to be careful with my bombs. I'm not throwing them too early. Like, by throwing a bomb early, you can destroy an arm basically immediately, but if you do it a slight bit too early, the arm gets destroyed, but it doesn't resist that it's destroyed, so it's just going to be stuck in the fight at that point, and you don't want that. So, peace and quiet right now. To the final fight. So Demi will appear. It's like, yeah, I've been expecting you, and just going on on a spiel. But as we got a nice little bit of fireworks, Zero or ESA is not going to wait for that. He'll be like, I got this. Yeet! Which was quite explosive. So yeah, that that damaged him, and that's kind of ticking him off right now. So he's not going to be too kind to us anymore. So he has a little thing here. He is lights on. Music start. There we go. And we're all set for the boss fight. Like, he's setting the stage for the boss fight. He'll spawn these arms. I'm going to wait here. There we go. There we go. That at least takes care of. Come on, give me the diag. Hopefully I will be able to. I don't think I get enough hits in. No, I did not. At least this arm will die in a few hits now. If I'm actually hitting it. There we go. So that's the first phase done. Then we get the second phase. There we go. Hopefully I can do this before the... Yeah, before the next phase. Excellent. So that's the first two phases done. We're now in the final phase of the fight. Which is just taking care of the head, basically. And this will fire spikes. Not the biggest problem. Just going to stand here. That's still got head to us. Fine. go back into the cycle. He should be close to death. Wow, he actually got me. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. We have more than enough. Oh, he was actually dead already. So, just get ready on time. The moment that we lose control of our character, the time will hit, which is going to be now. Thank you. So, this was a Gunple, Gunman's proof. Like, again, it's a really, really late release on the Super Famicom. Again, like, play this game with translation patch. It's such a joy. It's not the longest game, obviously. I think you can get through it in a few hours. It's just so much fun. So, yeah, everything is going to crumble right now. We're trying to, yeah, we have to escape. But luckily, Robothon got over his fear for dark, damp places. I mean, this was up on a hill. I'm not sure how dark and damp it is, but you know. He is coming to save us. As much as tea drinking, Robothon. That's fine. He's going to take us out of this place. And yeah, we beaten Demi. Demi will be taken along with the space sheriffs to put in space jail. As you would expect in a cowboy style game, you know. Yeah, so this was Gunple. This was not my last run yet. I will be back tomorrow at 11 at night with Hotel Mario. So I hope you all have all been closing your doors in the hotel here. Otherwise, I'll make Mario do it for you. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow.